Okay, so really quick, I'm going to give you 3 minutes, under 3 minutes about happiness. We get a lot of questions about how do I be happy, especially this time of year. I want to be happier in 2019. How do I do it? The key is really this. We mix up all the time pleasure on one hand and happiness on the other. There are a lot of pleasurable activities. It's pleasurable to have an excellent meal. It's pleasurable to spend time with that person that we want to spend time with. But that's not happiness. Happiness comes from within. Happiness is something that you feel inside of you. Think about when you say, "Oh, I'd be happy if I got this job, or if this person went out with me, or if I have X amount of money in my bank account, that'll make me happy." When you attain those external things, there's pleasure there, but the happiness is in the work. A lot of times we avoid work, we avoid discomfort, we don't want to do anything that makes us vulnerable, but that's where your true growth, your just evolution as a person comes in that grind. And you can't be away from it. So it's not based on getting, it's not based on the actual attaining. It's not getting the job, it's not hitting the account number, it's not hitting that personal record, your highest squat in the gym. Those things don't last. What'll happen is you'll do that, you'll get it, and then you'll say, "Oh, I squatted 500 pounds. I'm so happy." Then maybe you celebrate, and then 6 months later you're trying to break that record, hopefully, and you're saying, that's not it. Or you're going to say, this job is everything. And then with, like most people, a year later, maybe you hate the job. Maybe you're moving on and you don't like it anymore. So that getting that goal isn't the thing. You never feel any better than when you set a goal and you have an action plan. And I tell you guys, you got to have a plan. You got to know where you're going. So you have that plan and you start making progress. And you have that dream that's attainable and you start working towards it. That's where you start feeling actually happy. If you're counting on just the destination to make you happy, it's going to disappoint you, or it'll last for a little bit and then it'll wear off. That's not sustainable, and that's why you feel empty. You've got to make sure that you're pushing yourself to be the best version of yourself all the time. That's how you become a happy person. That's how you become somebody who is really living life as they want to live it. You're being the person you want to be when you want to be that person. You're not relying on external things. You're not relying on somebody's opinion. You're not relying on a number in a bank account. You're not relying on a job to tell you who you are, and you're certainly not relying on it to tell you when you should be happy, how you should be happy. Set your goals, but it's in the journey, it's in the path that you actually discover happiness. That's when you'll feel the most fulfilled. So make sure you take this time, set them right. There's a video, should be linked here in this one, talking about how to set goals. But I want you to diagnose this past year, think about it quite a bit, think about what you'd like to attain, how you'd like to change it, how you'd like to see it better, and go from there. And you're going to have a lot more success. You'll have a much happier life. But keep in mind that comes from you. It's not in the actual getting. It's not the pleasure. It's not the pleasure of life. It's not the things that bring you momentary joy. It's the actual grind. It's the actual work. So keep it up.